So good morning, welcome to Paws Pilates, the third of the mini sessions to commemorate lockdown 5 years ago. So today we're working mainly on the abdominals. So we work on the abdominals in Pilates classes anyway, but this is going to be more focused and sort of like two grouped together, a little bit of a break and then get back onto it. So there will be layers. Please work at the appropriate layer. Just sort of stop. Okay, don't stop, always go back to layer one. So we just have a very, very brief posture check. Just going to warm up through your spine, a little stretch of the hip flexors, and then we'll be down onto the mat because that will prepare ourselves nicely for abdominal work. So your feet are hip distance apart, toes pointing forwards. Just feel the ground beneath your feet. Maybe just rock onto the balls of your feet, rock back to your heels. Just do that a couple of times. Just helps to ground you, ready for what's to come. Then bring your body weight back so you're pushing both through the balls of your feet and your heels standing tall. When you're at maximum height, just drop your chin and then bring your awareness to your shoulders for one shoulder roll. So bring them forward, lift your shoulders up towards your ears, take them all the way around behind and end up with your hands down on the side of your legs. Tummy just gently pulled in. That won't feel like pulling in a little bit later. Pelvic floor will lift and then just bring your awareness to your rib cage for your breathing. So take a deep breath in through your nose, feel your rib cage expand and breathe it out through your mouth. Everything collapses back down again. Good. One more of those. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just close your eyes, just come to that place of stillness while you think, yes, I'm on my mat. I'm about to do some fairly concentrated Pilates. Take another deep breath in. As you breathe out, open your eyes, look directly in front of you. Just take a couple of shoulder rolls. Good, last one of those. And then release, breath in. As you breathe out, turn and look to the right. Breath in again. As you breathe out, drop your chin towards your chest. Come all the way around and look to the left. Breath in. As you breathe out, drop your chin back down towards your chest and turn and look to the right. Just one more of those in each direction. So turn and look to the left and then come back and look to the right and bring your head all the way back to center. Small breath in, look up. And as you breathe out, chin to chest. Just two more of those. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, chin to chest. And your last one. Chin to chest and bring your eyes back towards the horizon. Let's go straight into the side bend because that also then brings in your neck movement from side to side. So just dropping down as far as you can. Imagine you're standing up against a wall and you've got to keep your shoulders and your bottom in contact with the wall while you do this. And literally from side to side, feeling the stretch through your waist. Allow your lungs to open up because your ribs are stretching. That's going to be important for breathing. I'm just going to keep you here that little bit longer, one more to each side. And over to the other side. Fabulous. Bring your arms out in front, relax your shoulders, rotation row, breath in. And as you breathe that, bring your right arm back alongside you, lift the elbow behind. You can turn and look and bring the arm back out in front. Then the same to the other side. So just imagine you're an archer. You're pulling your bow back. And then as the arrow comes forward, that's your arm. And then the same to the other side. Trying to keep your hips pointing level and forward. Last one to the right. And then last one to the left. Perfect. From there, just bring your arms all the way down, roll through the shoulders, and just come into a walk. Nice high knee lifts. Try and stay again balanced and even on both sides. Keep focusing on something in front of you. 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring everything back. We're going to come to the end of the mats to do our roll downs and our hip flexor stretches. So standing tall at the end of your mat, look out towards the horizon, all good posture. Breath in. And as you breathe out, drop your chin towards your chest and slowly come down. Now it's early, it's the first one of the session. So coming down slowly, have a knee bend if you need to. Breath in at the bottom, and as you breathe out, come all the way back up. So doing another 3 of these, just seeing if you can get a little bit further each time. I'm happy though if you want to keep your knees bent. That's completely your choice. Knees bent will stretch into your glutes. Just keep that movement flowing. Knees, legs straight is going to stretch more into the back of your legs, your hamstrings. Glutes still get a stretch. And we've got one more to come. So coming down this time, I'm just going to dangle there for a moment. See if you can get back of the legs a little bit straighter, just to stretch out, even if it's a little bit uncomfortable. Looking down at your feet. Now bend your knees, walk your hands out before you even come to 4-point kneeling, and then just bring your right foot forward. So your right foot is forward, right knee over the right ankle, and stretch into the front of your left hip. So I'm just going to hold here for about 30 seconds. And the reason I'm doing this is because when we're doing abdominal work, the hip flexors take quite a battering. And I want them nice and long before we shorten and tighten them again. If we've got time at the end, we'll do this stretch out again. So just holding it there for a moment. Last 10 seconds. And then lift your right hand, place the right hand on the inside of the right foot. Walk your hands all the way back, straighten out your right leg. Very carefully sweep the right leg round to the right and bring it back so you're kneeling. Bring the left foot forward. Again, stretch as far forward as you can, and as long as your left knee is over your left heel, left ankle, that's the position we need to be in. Hands on either side. And just start to feel the stretch down the front of the right leg. So again, just taking that time to stretch. And I feel really tight. I'm doing a lot of driving yesterday, so that's when it tightens up. But hip flexors tighten up with running, walking, sitting. Just holding for about another 10 seconds. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Walk your hands back as you straighten your left leg out. Sweep the leg all the way round to 4-point kneeling, and then just drop onto your bottom and bring your legs out in front. Scooch towards the end of your mat, and we're going to do a very slow, sustained roll down, ready for the first exercise. If you're using a block, have it somewhere to hand. So bring your arms out in front, relax your shoulders, feet and knees are hip distance apart. Breath in, and as you breathe out, chin to chest, just C-shape your back, come off your sitting bones, and just come back and hold the position so your little fingers can just touch the side of your knees, just holding it there for a moment. Relax your shoulders, try not to hold this tension there. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, come all the way back up again. Let's go down again. So coming down, so your little fingers just touch the side of your knees. Holding it there. If you want to, bring one leg up into single tabletop. Holding it there, good. Maybe a little shake sets in, that's fine. Lower that foot back down again. Bring the other leg up into tabletop. Abdominals, a little bit of a tremble, that's okay. If it gets too much, come up a little bit or hold behind your thighs. Lower that foot down, coming all the way back up, sit tall. Breath in, and as you breathe out, coming again down to your little fingers just on the side of your knees. Relax your shoulders. So someone's supporting with two hands underneath you. You can stay here, you can hold behind your thighs, or you can bring one leg up. If you're feeling dangerous, bring the other leg up so you're in boat pose. Notice how my voice goes to a tremble. Keep holding it there. Tummy muscles really working. And then slowly lower one foot, lower the other foot, and roll yourself all the way down onto the mat. Take a full body stretch. In this session, the full body stretch is going to become your new best friend. So enjoy the full body stretch. A bit of a yawn in there as well if you want to. Breath in, and as you breathe out, bring your arms up and over, down by your side. Walk your feet in towards you. We're going to go straight into the best exercise in the world that's ever been created. I joke, but it's going to be the 100. So you can have your head on a block, you can keep your head down, you can lift your head. But before we get there, knees hip distance apart, feet hip distance apart, you're looking up towards the ceiling, chin is slightly tucked, turn your palms to face down and just hover your arms up off the mat. Stretch them away from you and your neck to be long. You've got options, one leg into tabletop, no legs in tabletop, or imprint brace, bring the other leg up into tabletop. Start beating your arms, and you've got an option then to lift your head, neck and shoulders off. So away we go with the 100. Pure abdominal exercise, a little bit cardio as well. I suppose I lied really, because this is the second exercise, it's not the first exercise. At any point, make your modifications. Head down, 1 foot down. If you want to take the legs out at 45 degrees, then again, feel free to do that. We've done about the first 30 seconds. And bring your heels together. Mary Poppins legs. Or Charlie Chaplin. You need to support your head, support your head. There's so many different options. If your neck starts to hurt a little bit, then that's the time to put your head down. Don't forget, modify, change position at any point. We've got 20 seconds left. And focusing on your breathing, please, for your last 15 seconds. Remember, the 100 is about the breath. Deep breaths in, into your rib cage, into your last. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your head down. Hug your knees in to start with and just take your head from side to side. So key stretch in the 100 to release off any pressure that's created in your neck. And then lower 1 foot, lower the other foot, and your best friend stretch. Full body, arms up and over. Feel the length all the way down your body from start to, or tip to toe, that's the word, isn't it? Bring your arms up and over, down by your side, and walk your feet in towards you. If you're using a block now, this is the chance to hold on to it in landscape, just with your hands on either side. So, feet are hip distance apart, knees are hip distance apart. We're going to take it into lots of variations of scissors. So bring one leg up into single tabletop. You can do your fingertip test if necessary. And then just place one side of the block against your thigh. And you're going to hold it there with your hands. Okay, just lower that foot back down again and then lift back up again. So just do about 5 knee raises on the right side, just lowering and lifting. And the block is acting as a backstop to stop you bringing the leg in too close. Last one, and then lower back down again. Start with the left leg, so breathing in to lift, let it touch the side of the block, and then lower down, and lift, and lower. Good. So getting used to the angle at the back of your knee, staying the same. Try not to touch down and bend the knee at the same time. So you touch down, but the knee stays in this angle. Last one, and lower down. Let's take it into toe taps. So bring one leg up into tabletop against the block. Now imprint, so feel the bracing as you imagine something dropping on your tummy as you bring the other leg up. So your back is not firm into the mat, but it's lowered. Breath in, and as you breathe out, right toes just touch down. Breathe in, lift back up again. Good, away you go. So toe taps, the main version of scissors, but we're going to take lots of layers of scissors today. Obviously take a break at any point. You notice your back starting to arch, then please regroup, put your feet down and wait, and then come back to it. To make it harder, push against the block. You could always use just the palm of your hands against your thighs. That really gets the engagement then of your core muscles and your thighs at the same time. This is all part of training for the right angle and also for using your breath. So just slow it down a little bit more. Good. So once you're there with the block, you can take the block away, see how that feels. Maybe lift your head, neck and shoulders now so you're watching what you're doing. This has the effect of engaging the abdominals higher up through your body, underneath your rib cage. And as we're here for abdominals, we're going to keep going for a little bit longer. The 4 to each side. Perfect. Another 2 to each side. Maybe things are starting to shake. Just keep the bracing on your tummy. Last one. Touch down, head down if it's lifted. Just hug your knees in towards you. Feel your back melt into the mat. Just an opportunity to stretch out before we then take it into a different version of scissors, still working with the abdominals. If you need a full body stretch, take it. Just see how your abdominals feel. As and when you finish the stretch, or if you're not taking it, take the legs up towards the ceiling. Now your block can be quite useful here. You can just have your pelvis on the block or on a cushion, just if you need a little bit of extra height. Hands are down by your side to start with. And we're just going to scissor the legs. So pull your right leg in slightly towards you, left leg goes slightly away, and then swap them over. It will be a really small movement. And if your hamstrings are so tight that you can't get your legs straight, it's fine to do this with bent legs. There's no excuse. You've just got a bent pair of scissors. I'm sure there are scissors with kinks in them, some sort of fancy dressmaking scissors somewhere. So tummy muscles working overtime here. A little scissor movement. You've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring both legs back up towards the ceiling. Now let's take that straight into pendulum. Breath in. So you breathe out. Bring both feet slightly overhead, back to centre, and then drop away again. So again, small range of movement. If you start a lot of shaking with this, with hamstring tightness, don't forget you've got the other versions of scissors, the toe taps, which are hard to return to. I'm not identifying that any of these exercises are harder than the others. They're just different variants. So pulling the legs in overhead, if you're staying with me with pendulum, as the legs come overhead, you'll feel your back really roll across the mat. But as you take the legs away, just make sure that you're still imprinting, bracing, so that your back doesn't arch. Got 4 more of these to go. Good. Last 2. And your last 1. Legs back up towards the ceiling. Just hug your knees back in again, just to release your hip flexors for a moment so they're not overstrained. And then we're going to come into the final version of scissors, which is going to be legs long with legs lowering, head, neck and shoulders lifted or on a block. Don't forget you've got your knee raises or toe taps that you can return to. So when you're ready, if you want to join in with this one, lift both legs up towards the ceiling, walk your hands up the back of your right leg, either hold behind the thigh or behind your calf muscle. Lift your head, neck and shoulders off the mat and then lower your left leg down towards the mat. It doesn't have to go all the way to the mat. Holding that there. Okay. Let's just replace the other leg. So bring your left leg up, swap over and release your right leg. So that's a slightly easier version. That's because you're holding on all the time. If you want to take it into pure abs work from here, keep your head, neck and shoulders lifted and then swap the legs. And just gently pull in into your full scissors. Your back is safe if your head is lifted or if your head is on a block. If your head goes down, you've got a tendency possibly to arch your back. A really strong abdominal exercise. As soon as the head's lifted, we work the whole of the abdominals, your rectus abdominis, your more superficial tummy muscles, as well as the deep ones. 4 more to each side. 4 and 3 and 2 and last one to both sides, both legs up, bend your knees, lower your head down, one foot goes down, the other foot goes down and take a full body stretch. Oh, that should feel really, really nice. Okay, just taking the emphasis off, we're still using abdominals, just taking the emphasis off the hip flexors just briefly for a moment. Walk your feet in towards you and come onto one side. Not all abdominal exercises are done on our backs. If you're lining yourself up against the front edge of the mat, shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked, knees are stacked, feet are stacked. Tiny bend through the underneath leg for support. Top leg is extended, it's very long and just at hip height. Tummy muscles engaged. I'm just going to do knee pulls here. So pull the right top knee in towards your shoulder or your elbow and then push it away again. And then in and out. Good. Keep that movement going. So we're activating the hip flexors and then we're stretching them out. You always have your finger just where your leg meets your body, and you should feel the hip flexor working. It's like a piece of rope in there. This is an abdominal, it is an abdominal exercise because again, we're doing a one leg crunch. Good. Just doing a number of these to transition over to the other side. So we've got another 8 and 7. 6. Keep your tummy muscles engaged. This is working the whole of your core. Tummy, obliques, and back. 5. 4. My counting's gone a bit bonkers there, I think. 3. Never mind. 2. And your last one. And push away. Brilliant. Rolling over onto your front. No break here. So we're going to take it into planking because planking is for the entirety of your core. So your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. Your hands are out in front. Relax your shoulder blades. See if you can imagine your shoulder blades just melting down into the center of your back. And push yourself up into a cobra. So belly is not in touch with the mat. Your chest certainly isn't. So you're not low down. I want you to think about how long your forearms can be. Your legs are long and behind you. Going to be using every muscle in your body and start off with tummy pulls. So breath in, and as you breathe out, just lift your pubic bone up off the mat. Try and tighten up the front of your body, so ribs to hips, so your core is really working. A shake should set in, just holding it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. This is also going to get you ready for the class tomorrow. And again, coming up. So you're just taking your pubic bone off the mat or slightly higher. Knees are still down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. If you're shaking, your abdominals are working. Breath in. As you breathe out, just lift your pubic bone, push through your elbows and see if you can rise up onto your knees, just that little bit higher. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. We're going to go one more time. We're not full planking today. Breath in. And as you breathe out, slowly rise up. Your eye line should be probably where your wrists are in that position. So you're still gazing downwards. Keep tucking your tailbone, lengthening your back. Tummy muscles shaking for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Excellent. So from here, tuck your toes under, lift your bottom up, walk your knees in towards your elbows. Just take a quick child's pose just to stretch off through your back there. Now we did back strength and lengthening yesterday. If you missed it, don't worry. So we're just working basically the other side of the body today. Walk your hands in towards you. Just scooch yourself round and let's do the side lying exercise on side 2. You can always face away from your camera. You don't need to be looking at me. Underneath arms away from you, palm face up, lining yourself up against the front edge of your mat. Shoulders stacked, hips stacked, knees stacked, toes stacked. Push the top hip away and lift your leg. Small bend of the underneath leg. Start to see if you can feel your tummy muscles engage straight away. And then pull your knee in and push away. Good. And in and push away. In and push away. Good. It's got 8 more of these to go. See if I can count properly this time. That's number 3. Doing well. I can count to 3, 4, and 5. Lovely long straight leg parallel to the floor. Last 2. Last 1. Nice work. And roll back onto your back. Take a full body realignment stretch. Bring your arms up and over, down by your side, grabbing hold of your block again while we're going to train our legs yet again. So we're going to take it into the one leg stretch and then we'll be finishing with crisscross, because who doesn't like a crisscross to finish? I love it. Walk your feet in towards you. Again, have your block in your hands or your cushion, or you can just use the palm of your hands. Bring one leg up in single tabletop, place your block against your thigh. Just going to work this leg 5 times. So keep the block where it is. And what I'd like you to do is straighten your leg, take it away from you so your thighs are on the line level and your knees line up, and then just bring the leg back into tabletop. So stretch away, you're making your leg long and it goes away. I'm going to use the word 45 degrees, 45 degrees from the floor to the angle of your leg. Last one on this side. Place that foot back down on the mat. Bring your left leg up into tabletop so it just touches the block. And again, breath in. And as you breathe out, straighten your leg and then back into tabletop. Straighten your leg, back into tabletop. Good. 3 more of those. And your last extension, back into tabletop and lower down. You can stay with the singles or one leg to tabletop. Brace, bring your other leg up, tummy muscles working again, and alternate your legs. So one goes away at an angle and then back, and then the other one. So as you take your foot away, the foot, the knee, the hip, and the shoulder are all in the same line. It's just as a kink where the hip flexors are. Brilliant. If you're happy with your tabletop, you can put your block away, have your hands back down on the mat, one leg stretch. Watch your back. Once both feet are off the mat, you've really got to keep the imprint or the brace that goes on. Thinking about something heavy landing on your belly so you're ready for it. So at any point you want to, please take a break because this is going to be a continuous exercise now. If you want to, lift head, neck and shoulders. Your hands are away from you, palms face down to start with. Then we'll increase the intensity in a moment while we carry on with the one leg stretch. So although the one leg stretch looks so it's all about the legs, it's your core muscles working and they're going to take a step up. Bring your hands behind your ears. So behind your ears, not behind the whole of your head. Otherwise you run the risk of just over flexing your neck. Nice. Okay, if you wish to, extend one leg, lower it to the floor, lift it up and back into tabletop. So it's out it goes, lower and lift and back to tabletop. Extend, lower, good. So if you don't want the extension, puts a lot of stress onto the abdominals to stop your back from arching. Perfect. Got one more of those to each side. Take just a brief moment of respite, so head down, just hug your knees in, just allow your body to go, oh, what's happening to me? And we'll complete today's sessions with crisscross coming up when you're ready. So hands just behind your ears, lift your head, neck and shoulders, one leg into tabletop, other leg into tabletop. Stay with the one legs if you want to, you can have your feet down, otherwise take your right leg away, right elbow towards your left knee, back to center, and then over to the other side, back to center. Good. So away you go with your crisscross, abdominals and obliques to finish off with. Breathe out as you twist across. Breathe in as you come back to your center point. And if you can, keep your elbows flat and wide. You're leading with your armpit and not with your elbow. So you're trying to get your armpit across your body. 4 more to each side to finish. Good, last 2 to each side. Last 1 to each side. Back to the center, lower your head, neck and shoulders, lower one foot, lower the other foot, and enjoy a full body stretch. Should feel that lovely sensation up through the rib cage, your belly as everything stretches out. Flex your feet. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, walk your feet in towards you, kick your hips to one side and roll onto your side. Another breath in. And as you breathe out, pull yourself all the way up to seated and go and give yourself a round of applause for completing a fairly intensive abs class. Do take time just to stretch out through your hip flexors in your own time, although that we did break it up, so it should be fine. Thank you very much for joining in today, and hope you're not too sore tomorrow. Thank you.